Hello and welcome back to Let's Play City of Gangsters, and we are following the Russell outfit. If you've been watching along so far and enjoying the series, please like and subscribe, it really helps out. Anyway, when we left last, we just kind of finished selling our first lot of booze, and now the question is what to do next with the money we've got. So we've got about $1,000, and I guess critically what we want to do is start gathering some weapons so we can kind of beat up on these hoodlums or hooligans around the place, and also make it so that as we start expanding the empire we don't get in trouble with the cops. So the first, if we look overall, we've got Kavar down here and ourselves, but we've still got plenty of room to expand, just need to kind of beat our way through the hoodlums. And if we have a look at the police precincts, this purple one here is probably the most important one to start with because it overlaps where we're expanding to and part of our original area. And then we'll work on some others, but that's kind of the first one. So let's have a look who we've got here. So we've got Officer Beatrice Bomb, and she's currently sitting down here. Hopefully she raided that corner and took some stuff. But the first part of getting her on side is to get a favour and get our favour up to about sort of 20-ish. So they've got relationships with people we know, and fortunately some people who owe us favours. So let's go get in with her. So we want to pick I could use a bit of support with a common friend. And we'll start here with Beatrice. And now we should have her. So she's given us 2 favours, which is great, and then we're up at 28. So I might wait a turn for her to come out a bit, and then we'll talk to her. But in the meantime, what we can do is use our movement to pick up some more booze and do some things. So we'll go back to our property, grab the brick wine, and we've got this mission here where we can open up a further customer, so we will go and do that. I've got 5 brick wine, so give him those. And in completing that mission, now Albert becomes someone we can sell to. So we'll sell brick wine. We'll use our the favour we've gotten with him, or the opinion we've improved with him, to improve the cost. So 26 crocs, so he's quite good from a volume point of view. And we got 7 moves left. So what can we do? We can explore up here a bit. We can go down and hopefully get to the police person. So we'll do that. Do that this way. Go up here, I think. Just use our move as well. Okay, so we've got another city corner, which I think was we knew we had last time. We already were expanding, but what we can do now is we can actually get the protection bracket going on these 2 spots. That's our police person. Okay, I think we'll go and do our protection racket, see if we can have that running. So we've taken control of this corner. Okay, so they're a bit cheesed, but not too bad. They haven't gone negative. And then we'll do the hardware store as well. Let's see. Okay, so we've got both of them now, which is really good. And now let's try and bribe the police. So we go up to Beatrice and we say, I would love an opportunity to show my personal appreciation for all your hard work. Oh, we can't accept personal gifts, but if you really want to help, the newly established Fraternal Order of Police can use the support. We say, what a worthy cause. And depending on your personality traits and how friendly you are with them, determines how much it costs for you to do this bribe. So for this one it's $299, which we will give her, and we pay that bribe now, and that gives us 250 days So basically, sort of 7-8 months, where we all the normal police shenanigans in our area won't hurt us. So we pay that bribe, and now you've got a few options, but the most important one and the easiest way to get weapons in this game is to ask the person you've just bribed, and you say, I imagine you find and confiscate a lot of interesting things on your beat. Now, depending on how many you've bribed and various other things, depends on what you get offered here. If you're really lucky, you get a shotgun, or you will get a... I don't think you usually get a submachine gun. It's pretty rare to get that. The pistol's very good too, the revolver and the pistol. Normally for this first one you only get a switchblade, but this time we've got a pistol, which is great. So we'll take that pistol, and now you will see that pistol comes up here in our inventory. What you also will find is if we go to the police precincts, you'll see now that the police station here has a little green chevron next to it, and this shows that this area is now, well, not under your control, but you have nothing to fear from being here. So that's really good. So we've got that one done as well. Now we've got 5 moves left, so let's have a think about how we can best utilise those. So we can either sell some more booze, which would be handy, and get some more money, or we can buy some more barrels and maybe increase the amount of grape concentrate. So we've only got grape concentrate for 2 more lots, so it might be worth investing a little bit of time getting our grape concentrate going. I'm a bit worried about going up there and buying these though, because I reckon those guys will be getting hassled by the local hoodlums. So why don't we just use our turn here to look at this business, and then we'll go ahead and move up further north. So let's head north, and we'll try and get up to where we can buy some small barrels. So we'll see if we can buy some up here at this corner. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, that's inconvenient. So let's try. Now we've got a gun, let's see if we can push around some of these hoodlums. So it was the Belov. Been vandalised by multiple people. Okay, so Voight and the Belov. Let's start with the Belov crew. So I want you to stop harassing the business owners around here. Now, at the moment, their stance is independent. They're interested in brawling. So getting on their good side, they might do some dirty work. So depending on what they're interested in, they can do different things. But let's try and get them to stop harassing. Oh. So when we threaten them this time, because we've got the pistol, it's like, oh, you look like you mean business, fine, I don't want any trouble from the likes of you. And so they comply. And so now they will stop doing any harassment. But you can see we also need to do that for the Void boys. So we will go and do that now. So let's go and do that. I want you to stop harassing, threaten. Oh, you're one of those outfit types. Look, we don't want any trouble. Okay, so great. So we've got those guys both on side. Now the only other one that might be a problem is Yoris. Now, we don't have great rep with either of those, but let's have a look at Yoris to see if friends with anyone we know. Kinda not really. So maybe what we do then is let's go and buy some more barrels from elsewhere. So on this corner, let's see if we can buy some small barrels. Now we need 12 or 14, I think. So I'll just buy the max. Now why can't I fit as many as I want? Because I've got some alcohol still on board. Okay, well let's try and sell them that quick one we've got. Let's do this the efficient way. We will go and empty the car. Oops. So just make sure there's a couple of $100 there. And then let's go get the small barrels. So go back up here. Buy 9 small barrels, and then I think we need to deliver them all the way across here, don't we? So let's do that. And then after, we should be able, I think, to get this person. I don't have a social history with them anyway, so we should be able to buy some more barrels up here next turn. Awesome, so we've got another block corner. So this was an empty block if you remember, and we do have these already going, so we literally just need to go back here, get him to continue expanding. We've got $59, so we're obviously still being effective there. Let's go up and see if we can buy some barrels. Alright, so we've got 9. We'll go back and deliver those. So you can see here we can do this mission forever and keep getting our concentrate this way. It's a bit manual compared to having someone be able to buy it, but it's a lot better than nothing. So and now we're keeping our supply of grape concentrate up. So we've got 32 now, which means we've got 5 lots of production ready and queued. Now you'll notice too that our car's now showing a bit of wear, so we will need to go ahead. So if you hold your mouse over the in-vehicle, you can see that we're down to 49%. So we do need to find somewhere. You can see this this pop-up comes as well to tell you what's happening. So we do need to find somewhere to repair the car. So to repair the car, you're looking for an icon. It's either a wrench, so a business that's a wrench, or you're looking for somewhere like here. So you can see we've got a park junkyard. The other way you can look at it is under the report dialogues. You should be able to find maybe it's the other one, info overlays, car shops. So here you can see there's not a lot of car shops in this whole place. In fact, there's only, ironically, a hardware supply place and the park junkyard. So we will go to the park junkyard because that is our closest place, and we'll need to wait till the next turn so we can have an action. If we visit the park junkyard, we can go, hey, you fix vehicles, right? This beat up jalopy has served me well, but it needs a little love. Can you take a look? Now, depending on your relationship and the size of the car is how much it'll cost. So in this case, it does $39. There are also some skills that allow your car not to degrade as quickly. And similar to selling illicit goods, you get an increase in opinion for doing business with them. So that's that one done. You'll also notice that last turn we completed some more production, so now we're up at 68, which is pretty good. So we could go around and sell some more, but one of the things we haven't done yet is we haven't gone back and checked on this front for some time. So I'd say there's quite a pile of cash waiting for us there. Now the reason you don't do this too often is because it takes an action to pick up the envelopes, but if you do it after some time, you can see that you can have quite a bit available for you. So we've got $80, so we'll do that. It is quite a costly front, so it doesn't make a huge amount of money. And then I think the next thing we should do is start selling a bit more brick wine, so we will do that. Okay, now the pistol always takes up one slot, but I'm going to keep it on me for now because essentially we want to just continuously do that. If we run into hoodlums or we have some problems, then this will be handy. So let's start down here and we'll do a circuit around in a clockwise direction. So we'll go all the way down to the Black Drug Co. And let's sell some brick wine there. Now, they offer $15 a crock, so we'll get our 20% markup using the reputation we've gained, and we'll sell our 16 crocks there. And we've still got 7 movement to go, and we're going to want to move as close as we can to the other place. So what we'll do is we'll go here and explore this. Now of course we're safe from the box in this area, so it doesn't really matter if the corner has heat. So now let's have a look where we've got our next one. So normally you wouldn't be able to sell with a cop on the corner, but because we police bribed, we can go as much as we want in this area. So we'll sell 7 crocs here. And where's next? Go up to this one. Now we'll need to go replenish our stuff. So as you can see, as we're doing all this, you can make quite a nice stack of cash. We'll automate it a bit later in the game as we get more people, but at this stage you're pretty much selling yourself everything. Now we just got to look at heat. Is this one we're not really owning? Sell this one too. As you can see, you need quite a few places to sell at to ensure that you can sell everything you've got. And even with all of this, we're at the stage where we've sold nearly all of it, but you know, if our production was to get a bit bigger, we're probably not going to be able to sell every last bit. And kind of the answer to that is to open a speakeasy. But let's have a look at what we've got. So Annie's got another point, and we will continue to push this into distillation manufacture. So now I think if we have a look, we're getting this every 5 turns. If we get up to, as you can imagine, if we get, I think you can get 3 or 5 points, this will start being very quick to turn over. In terms of expansions available, the next one we can get is a steam sanitizer, but we don't have the skill sanitary measures, so we could look up how to do that. We've also got a notification here to say that one of the Hoodlims in the area would like to make us an offer. So if we have a look at this Hoodlum, you can see that they're interested in business, and that means that they will find good deals and you can go to them and potentially give them some money, and then a time later they will give you some goods that may be of value. So there could be anything from illicit alcohol to stoneware crocs. I'm not sure if you can get weapons, but you can get all those sorts of things. So at this stage, I think it would be good if we could try and find sanitary measures or one of those sorts of things. So let's have a little look here in the learnable skills and see if we can find sanitary measures. Okay, we've got backroom bootlegging, which is quite handy. So this allows you to build a backroom bootlegging operation. So basically like a mini speakeasy, which is quite helpful. We would definitely like to do that. A lot of backroom bootlegging and ethnic solidarity. Okay, so we don't have... Oh, here we go, sanitary measures. Okay. Alright, so we do have sanitary measures down there, and we've got background bootlegging. I think we will go for sanitary measures first. Now the other one we've got still to do is we still have to do delivering favours. So we should also go through and we should definitely finish that one. Okay, so let's go do delivering favours and see what we get out of that. What you're waiting for is the $400. So, okay, our friend dropped off this envelope. It has everything you need, but she's been hinting that there's definitely other opportunities to be had with this delivery operation. Please thank her. Okay, so you can either get the gain truck driving skill, or you can do gain truck driving skill and get speedy delivery. Now, speedy delivery I think will get us a truck, which is what we really need. So let's go ahead and click this one. So further opportunities, you say. I'm sure we can help out with whatever they need. So let's do that one. So we now have our truck driving skill, and we can have a look at what speedy delivery requires. So for speedy delivery, send some cash to your new friends in the carting business and see what kind of favours they can deliver. So let's invest that 750 as well. Okay, money talks, my friend. See the truck out front? Keys are under the front seat. They've made arrangements for you to use it as you see fit. Now you have a truck, they may have opportunities as well if you want to continue this arrangement. So we've got a few options here. We can either do, we obviously get pickup truck, but then the options are new customers, brick wine, building relationships, or expanding operations. Now, my sense is we probably want to get some more customers because the volume of brick wine we're going to start making is going to be more than our customers want. So we're going to go through this and get the pickup truck. And we'll have a look at the next mission. So, new customers, brick wine. And it says, drop off brick wine to see how your new friends at the delivery company can help you expand your operation. So we've got to deliver 24 brick wine. Now, to make that easy on ourselves, we've now got 2 vehicles. So we've got a pickup truck unassigned, and we've got our two-door car. So we want Scary Russell to have that new pickup truck. So what I'm going to do is take the existing car back to our main location. I'm going to unload it, so we obviously don't want all this stuff in the car, but then we're going to change vehicles. So wherever you leave a vehicle is wherever it will stay. So I usually try and keep it at home and empty it so that if the cops come or something happens, then the car simply stays there. So the way we do that is we click on here and then we remove from vehicle. So we're on vehicle, and then we want to assign to a vehicle, and we're now assigning to the pickup truck. Now, of course, if we now look in the pickup truck, it's got nothing in the vehicle. So we now need to drive it back to our main location, and then we can fill it with the stuff we've got. Now, unfortunately, we've only got 3 moves left, so maybe we should at least take the opportunity to use up our action point. So at the barber shop, we've got a range of things we could do, but let's see who in trouble. Okay, we don't have a favour with him. It's always good to get in with the troublemakers because they can be useful. So we'll do that. Now we're friends. I'll just clear these notifications. We've still got the Nicholas crew here, so whilst that's alive, I'll leave it up. And let's start heading back to our main brick wine operation, so we can pick up some more stuff there. Cool. So once you get to a certain stage of growth, you get to pick your own office, which ultimately allows you to kind of have a bit of a penthouse, and it's kind of an achievements thing. You can pick the country lodge or the penthouse. I like the penthouse, so we'll do that. And you get different mementos as you kind of move, so it's pretty empty at the moment, but here we've got the boss's chair in the penthouse. Okay, so we've also expanded to a new corner, which is great, and I think that actually gets us to a point where we can't expand much more from that corner. And we've now gotten to the end of the first year, so we've got 1 more year in the books and just another one beginning, and you take a look at how we did. So in terms of completing the game, if you like to complete the game rather than I guess just role play through, there's a whole bunch of different categories that you can have against your legacy, and in theory once you get to a certain once you get to the end of Prohibition, how many of these you fulfill becomes kind of your victory conditions. So the first one really or the front page here tells you how many legacy goals you've met. So at the moment we've got 1, and it says reach and maintain 3 of these goals at the end of Prohibition, and your name will be well known to anyone. Reach and maintain 6, and you'll become the stuff of legends. You'll be known as the person who ruled Chicago. So you can look at the different categories, but under fame, the first one can be done by highest net worth. The second one is all about how big your territory is, so getting to 30%. The third one is all about having a crew of a certain size, so getting members to captain. So we don't have any of those yet. Collector of favours, so ultimately if you have 15 affiliates, then you can meet that one. That one's not too difficult to get to. Player with railroads, so smuggling by rail. So train depots are kind of rare, but we don't have any. But if you can get a train depot to do business with you, that's one. Nation's freight handler, you can get the longshoreman hauls, so this is getting a boat, smuggling boat. And friends in higher places, so actually having influence over an elected mayor. So that's all the connections category. Under economy, producer of alcohol, so if you get to be the #1 producer of alcohol. Distributed to the people, so if you become the highest distribution income. And a supplier to the stars, so basically getting fancy hotels become one of your tied houses. And then under competitors, ultimately, if you can eliminate at least 50% of the city's outfits, or 50% of them get wiped out and you're still standing. Hooligans, so if you can get at least 50% of the city's hooligans to fear you, then you can, that gets you a point. And earn the dividends of peace, so have no outfits with vendettas against you. So later in the game that becomes harder as you keep going. So that's kind of the yearly goals. And then at the end of the year you also get to see your net worth. So net worth is basically your cash plus what you own, and the different facilities or properties that you own and what they're doing. Look, I find in the first year anywhere from sort of 2,500 to 5,000 is pretty normal. 5,000 is quite good, but it just depends on how easy the start is. When you get a lot of coins, a whole bunch of things like that. But you can kind of look at any of that in your own time. And as you move through here, you can actually have a look at how you've been, your cash flow's been going across the past, recent turns. You can have a look at your crew listing and see how much they're costing. You can also have a look at your inventory, which we just saw before. That's your net worth page. And then your fronts, so what cash is sitting in your fronts at the moment and how that's actually looking. And then gambling operations. We don't have any gambling operations, but I will look here there. Now the ledger, if you want to look at it at any time, you can go here and go to finances. That will bring it up. You've also got your legacy up here, and we'll get into outfit and some of those other things later when they become important. So we might leave it there for the moment. We're just about to get into the stage where we're into the second year, and we'll start having some choices to make about where to expand next now that we've got our whole second colony saturated. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next episode.